actually the marketing officer for Maple Education Canada. And today we have somebody special in our midst, Mr. Charles, who will be telling us or who will be advising us on the pathway for course-based masters and PhD program. So I would really like us to be attentive enough. And if we have any questions, we can keep it till after this is over or after he has finished talking to us, and then we can start asking questions. However, you can write your questions at the chat box in case you do not want to forget. You can please put it at the chat box. Would tackle it immediately the presentation is over. Also, I would like you all to please mute your mic so that we can hear everyone clearly. I would really like us to mute our mic so that, the place is really peaceful and serene. Thank you so much. In this light, I would like to our latecomers to join us in the next, let's just give them another 2 minutes chance to join. So we'll be starting, let's be nice.
Good evening, everyone. So as you can all see, we are waiting for a couple more minutes, more people to join us. Once we get more people, then we'll begin. I believe once we get to 5 minutes past 3, then we'll begin the presentation for everyone to, of course, see what Mr. Charles has to say, Professor Charles has to say. And if you have any questions, please, of course, write them in the chat box. Also, wait for us to, go through the presentation, and then after the presentation, would of course go through any questions that has been asked during the course of the presentation. And always, and still, thank you for joining us, and we can't wait for you to, of course, learn and eventually, apply for your own postgraduate programs in Canada. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, please let me know when you want me to start. I just send you a message, Mr. B.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Charles. Yes, please, you can go ahead now. I think it's fine to start now. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. If you can hear me, can you just give me a thumb up? Or if you can hear me clearly. Digitalize it and put it inside the phone. So you can be anywhere, or an industrial processor can be anywhere and still be making food with your phone. So it's an interesting area, and I'm so passionate about this area. So I have been working in this research for the past 12 years. So that's a brief story about me. I specifically want to thank Maple for inviting me to talk to you guys today. I have a very long history with Maple. That was about 11, 12 years ago when I got my admission, and I have to get to Canada within a month. And I was looking for how to do the visa because I already have the admission, I have the scholarship. So I went to Maple, then they were in the shopping complex. That was long ago. And I met with Mobile, Mr. Tokwe, and they assured me that I'm gonna get my visa within 3 weeks or 6 weeks. I got my visa. It was surprising though, because I thought I couldn't make it to Canada. Anyway, so I have a good long history, and I'm telling you, if not for Maple, I wouldn't have gotten to Canada that short period of time. But all the way, anyway, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So today we're going to be talking about how to apply for a research-based master and PhD program in Canada. That's our topic for today. However, before we continue today, I'm going to be making 2 assumptions. Like, as a scientist, I believe so much in assumptions. So the 2 assumptions I'm going to be making is that number 1, you all here are coming to Canada for a research-based program. You are not coming for thought-based. You are not coming for anything else but a research-based program. That's the first assumption I'm making. It's okay if you are here and you are not coming for research, then you will be learning, which is an added advantage for you, because you will be learning about research-based application. Then the second assumption is that you are coming for PhD. Don't worry, if you are not coming for PhD, then it becomes an added advantage for you. Because if you're coming for masters and you are getting the secrets and the tips for PhD, then it becomes an added advantage. So these are the 2 assumptions I'm going to make. The first one, research-based, everybody. The second one, everybody here, you are coming for a PhD degree. Now we're going to start. If you have any questions, I'm going to give time for questions. Trust me, I'm a teacher, so I keep so much to time. So I'm going to keep to time. So if you have any question, just keep them. We're going to get to those questions. But I'm just going to run through it. So today, I'm going to be telling you 3 things. Just 3 things, and we're done. Oh yeah, 3 things. That's all I'm going to be talking about today. And after the 3 things, you can go back and prepare your application and get those scholarships you've always wanted. Let me continue with this. I will be discussing about scholarship identification, the pre-application, application, and the last steps of application is the post-application. The first thing you do is the pre-application process. So I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about scholarship identification. I'm not going to talk about application process. That doesn't involve anything. It just involves you going on the computer and apply. Where the job or the bulk of the job is in pre-application and the post-application. I'm not going to talk about post-application as well. I think that is what people can do for you excellently well. And that's about the visa and everything. And the advice on getting to Canada. They can do that very well. So today, I'm going to be talking about scholarships. There's a reason for that. And I will be talking about the pre-application. Under the pre-application, I'll be talking about just 3 things. And we're done. So if you don't listen to everything I'm going to say today, just listen to the 3 things, and we're done. That's all you need to listen to. But before then, I need to identify where the scholarships are. Because you cannot do a PhD without a scholarship. It's not possible. In Canada, you need a scholarship. And you cannot get a scholarship if you are not coming for research. I'm going to Canada or masters without a scholarship. If it is, and you cannot get a PhD without a research program. Now, how do you get the scholarships? I came to Canada with full tuition scholarship for my master's and for my PhD. Now, how do you get that? Let's quickly go. So these are the two things I'm going to be talking about. Scholarship identification. In the university places, the first place is in the faculty. We call this kind of grant or scholarship like endowment. These are money the government give to the university or an individual give to the university, and from that budget, from that money, the university allocates some money specifically for people that are coming for research base. So if you are coming for research base, you do not need to pay a dime in tuition, in insurance, in library. You just need to transport yourself. And even if you get to Canada, you will be paid. I remember I got to Canada with just a few couple of dollars. And the first 2 weeks, I started getting paid even much more than what I was being paid in Nigeria. So there is this money that the government gives to this university. And out of that money, the university senate, they see it and they decide on which one or part of the money should go for endowment, for grant, for fellowship, for graduate students that are coming for research base. Now, another thing, where the money is with the professors. As a professor, I have a grant that I can give to students. I'm an assistant professor, so I don't have much very big grant, but I know some professors, they have more than $1 million in grants. So if you don't get scholarship from the faculty, another way to get into research-based PhD is to get scholarship from the professor. Can you all hear me? Someone said they cannot hear me. Can you hear me all?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me? A thumb up or something? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I think that person is having a technical problem. Sorry about that. You can find the scholarship. So you don't need to be on the internet and searching for scholarship. It's a waste of time. It's not even smart. So you need to know where the scholarship are. The first place in the faculty, the department. The second place with the professor. We have money that we can give to students to come and do PhD, and we're going to pay their tuition. We're going to give them stipend every 2 weeks for that. The third place where we have money is with the department. The faculty allocates some money to the department, and the department makes some decision. Okay, we need some teaching. We need some teaching assistantship. So they allocate this money for teaching assistantship, for research assistantship. So you can as well get the money by just approaching the department. So the first place, you approach the university. The second place, the professor. The third place, just the department. Talk to the, you go online, look for the departmental graduate coordinator. Talk to the person. They're going to tell you where, if you are qualified for this grant, or they want to give you teaching assistantship. So these are where the money are. In Canada, we have more than 90 universities. Into PhD is entirely your fault. It's nobody's fault but you. If you don't get admission, it's you. You have 90 different, more than 90 different universities. And these universities are looking to give you money to come and study. Let me continue. Good news. You don't need GRE. For Canada admission, I just want to kind of alleviate what you think is a challenge or what you think are the challenges. Let me try to elevate it. You don't need GRE. If you do GRE, if it's low, we do not care. Even in US, they don't care again about GRE. So you don't actually need a GRE to come. Maybe some universities in Canada, like University of Alberta, might ask you for it, but you don't need to do any exams. The second thing, I'm just trying to alleviate your what you think are challenges. No application fee. There are a lot of universities in Canada that you can talk to and you don't need to pay $100. A very good example is University of Alberta. You just approach them, just apply. I don't know if Nigeria is still part of it. There was a time they removed Nigeria from University of Alberta list of non-application payment, but maybe they're back. I checked yesterday, but I couldn't find that information. Thirdly, you don't need to have a first class. A lot of people always think that it's for us, those that have first class. 2-1, strong 2-1. It's not true. I have been in committees, different committees. It is not true. It is not true. You do not need first class. You do not need 2-1. You don't need 2-2. Even third class got admission. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. So now that I've captured your interest, can you now listen to me so I can tell you the three things? Now try to eliminate all you think are problems. Give me just some minutes. Let me tell you about the three things. But before then, I'm going to share a success story. I have 23 years old guy. So this is in America. If you can see, the date is about March. Got a scholarship that is worth 228 million naira. A scholarship. You can do that. I have another person that has 2-1. The guy that got 228 million at the first class, 23 years old, coming for PhD. And now the guy is not even coming for masters. We joined the masters because we prepared the application very well. We approached the professor, so we were able to jump masters and go directly to PhD. We can do that. That is possible. You can do it. Now, I have others with 2-2 that have gotten admission in North America. So these are some success stories that I can share with you. And it all depends on how you see yourself. You've seen that the problem is not actually you having 2-1 or 2-2, though it's bad if you make 2-2 in the university, it's not good. But that shouldn't be an hindrance. Application fee is not an hindrance. I just told you that. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to pay $100, I don't even have credit card. I just told you that it's not an hindrance. There are many skills that you don't have to pay application. Also, you can do a cover letter to the school and you will not have to pay application. I did not. 11 years ago, I did not pay 1 naira for application. So I know it's still obtainable. Now, I've explained where the money is and everything. Before I tell you the three things, let me just quickly also make a foundation. Let me build a little bit foundation here. I have 6 different guys. Tony made 2 first class. Bala made first class. John made 2-1. Jack made graduated with 2-1. And Ike with 2-2. Feli with 2-2. Look at what happened to these guys. Look at what happened to them. This is a scenario base that I developed. Definitely, Tony is going to meet the application criteria. So when Tony applied to the graduate study, they're just going to see, oh, 2-1 first class. He's meeting it. He's going to get a scholarship from the faculty. Yes. Like I told you, there are some scholarship domicile with the graduate study, with the university. Some of them are called entrance scholarship, international graduate scholarship, graduate bursary, graduate education fund, things like that. So immediately you apply to the university there, you're going to get it. Now, Tony also discussed or communicated with an advisor. So that made Tony a candidate for a section, no matter the skill. Even in Harvard, Tony has done his homework. He's going to be accepted. A. Look at Bala. Bala definitely first class. He's meeting the admission criteria. He's going to get a scholarship from the faculty. Now, Bala made a mistake. He's a smart dude, but the mistake, he did not talk to a professor. He just applied to the graduate school in Canada. Bala is going to have a question mark. We're not going to admit Bala just because he's meeting the criteria, just because he's going to get a scholarship from us, because how they get scholarship is because you are excellent, A student, but it's not going to get accepted. Then it will be pending. The Faculty of Graduate Study will pend it. So immediately you finish the application online, you think, you know, I had a first class, I should be able to get it. No, we're going to pend your application. We pend it. Look at John, 2-1 guy. He's going to meet the application criteria. Scholarship. Maybe he did not meet the scholarship criteria because he had a 2-1. Maybe some scholarship are for 4-pointer. Maybe he did not. Sometimes if you have a very strong 2-1, you're going to meet it. But Tony is a wise guy, smart guy. Before Tony applied to the graduate study, he has spoken to a professor. And the professor, after looking at Tony's application, became so interested in Tony. Tony is going to get acceptance. That's it. Now look at Bala, first class. We are pending his case. Tony, 2-1, got an admission. You've seen the importance of talking to a professor beforehand. Do you see that? Let's look at Jack. Jack, 2-1, nice guy. Scholarship, maybe not strong 2-1, so he was not able to get some faculty scholarship. He did not 2-1. Look at John and Jack made 2-1, maybe the same point. But because Jack has spoken to a professor earlier, he's going to get admission straight away. But Jack is not getting it. John is getting it. Let's look at IQ. 2-2. He did not even meet the criteria. Because most schools in Canada are looking for 3.0. If your 2-2 is very low, you're not up to 3.0, then you're not going to, Faculty of Graduate Study will just look at your application. You didn't meet our criteria. But that doesn't mean they're going to garbage it. No, because you've paid. You've paid $100. Even if you did not pay, they're not going to garbage your application. So what we're going to do, definitely you're not going to meet scholarship requirements. Faculty will not give you any scholarship. Remember, I told you they have scholarship in the faculty. They're not going to give you. But look at this wise guy, IK. He has spoken to a professor. You're surprised he's going to get admission. IK got admission. And look at first class. Bala is still waiting. In short, they might eventually reject Bala. While IK, that had 2-2, is just about to get admission because he has spoken before to a professor. So the professor have kind of reviewed IK's application, and then maybe perhaps he's a strong research candidate, and that's why IK is getting scholarship. Look at Femi. Femi made 2-2, just like IK. Femi will not get scholarship. Femi did not talk to an advisor. Femi just, this kind of students are not good for anything. They don't even know, they don't know what they need to do. But 2-2, IK kind of knew maybe what he has to do. But this guy did not know anything. Immediately the application is submitting into the system is Femi. What the requirements or criteria is or are on the website. The only person that will be rejected is Femi. Now I do not travel. You power of me. Email comes from our graduate coordinator. In that email, they will rank. Look, they ranking Bala and the other guy, the 2-1 guy. They will rank them together. However, look at the ranking. I just want to look at the ranking. What is stopping the ranking is research experience. Now, remember, they are sending the first class guy and the 2-1 guy that did not talk to an advisor. They send up people like that to us in the department. What they're going to tell us is that, can we make an offer? Can we interview? Can you review more these guys? Because these guys meet the criteria. Can you be their advisor? Can you advise them for their PhD? But in that advice, in that email they sent to us, they already ranked this guy, and the ranking is based on lab experience, on research. If you're coming for PhD, no, there's a way we can, like, now, if the 2-1 guy in this email we got ranked before the first class in research, a lot of professors will start looking at that 2-1 guy. In short, they will give the admission to the 2-1 guy, not the first class guy. What I'm saying is that the power of communicating to a professor, and the second thing is the research background. Now, I'm just going to take my water. Sorry about that. I'm going to tell you the 3 things, then we end. If you want to apply to any field, the first thing is the code email communication. You will start with the professor. That's the first. It's not the 3 things I'm telling you. Just want to list what you need. The second thing is your academic record. The truth is that there have been a lot of research that have shown that even if you have a spectacular academic record, like good transcript, look at the first class guy, you might not make a good researcher. It's not correlated. Maybe you need a little bit that. In short, most Nigerians will make a good researcher because of the environment you are trained. We are not trained to be an engineer. I was trained in Osaka. They did not train me to be an engineer. Rather, they trained me to persevere. That's all what most skills universities do in Nigeria. So that training we got from Nigeria to persevere, to be tenacious, that's the training we got. Like strong guy. That's all the training. You went to Yabatech, OAU, Nsukka, they just pressurizing you. They're not training you to be an engineer or a lawyer. They don't train. Nigerian curriculum need to change. I'm currently working with the NUC, the GASTA. We need to change the curriculum. But that training is also good because that's the training you need to become a good researcher. So academic record, package your academic record. If you don't have great GRE, it's fine. But even you should try GRE, but if you don't have it, it's fine. Reference letters. Now, it's not among the 3 things I'm going to tell you. Your reference letters are very, very important. Very important. And it is the people you give it to should be professors, maybe assistant professor, any professor, academic, people in the academic. And these guys you're giving it to need to talk about one thing. They don't need to say, oh, you had A in their course, or that's rubbish. I don't want to. I know that you are applying for a PhD. You should be on top of your class or among the 2% in your class. So I don't want to see a reference letter saying, oh, he's a good student. We are all good students, my brother, my sister. Your reference letter, tell the professor, should only talk about one thing: research. Research and research. That's all. That you've done research. This is the research you do. That you've done research project. This is the project you did. Nothing but that. Not that he's a good student, he is smart, he is passionate. No. No. If you have to write the letter and send it to the professor, and the professor just needs to copy and paste, do it. And that letter, we just talk about research, teaching, and outreach. We will not talk about it today. The third thing, I'm just going to be fast here, is the statement of purpose. So statement of purpose is among the things I'm going to talk about. Curriculum vitae, CV, I'm not talking about that, but just know that I review a lot of Nigerian application. In a month, I review like maybe a little bit less than 100. And I see what people write. Some of you guys put your age, your address, like that's a lot of work. Your CV should talk about research, nothing but research. Your research proposal should talk about research, nothing but research. Cover letter, research. But today, the three things I'm going to be talking about is the code email, how you communicate to the professor. You've seen that even if you made 2-2, you can still get admission. Even third class, even HND, you can still get admission just by talking beforehand with the professor. The second thing is statement of purpose. So I'm going to be talking about statement of purpose. And lastly, trust me, time is going to permit. I'm going to talk about research proposal. Now let's jump into it. The first thing, don't start your letter, don't start your email to a professor by saying, I am Charles. If you are not a Bill Gates, if you are not this guy that owns Facebook of this world, I don't care what your name is. You don't need to tell me your name. If you are not Alhaji Dangote, I don't care who you are. So if I say your email, you want to validate yourself. The first paragraph of your email should be validation. I will show you sample. Validate yourself. Become important. I don't want you to see yourself as weak. You are strong. You have the competency. Don't be scared in your email. Don't say, my name is Charles. I finished from University of Nigeria and so what is that? You want to validate yourself. That you just patronizing me. A lot of people are reading my papers. A lot of people are looking at the research I'm doing. It's not only you. So you want to validate yourself by being different. Look for that commonality. I'm going to show you sample. Don't tell me, oh, I read your paper and your area of research is, I like it. I like to go into it. You're looking into physical properties of matter, or you're studying about Pluto. And I'm interested. That doesn't make any sense to me. If I go to a conference, thousands of people are interested in my research. It's not only you. And in short, that is the sample of your email, if you start it like that, about 20 other people are starting their email like, don't come on. I read one to show you. And this is the problem. You can criticize, you can critique my paper. It's fine. It's fine by professors. But don't patronize the professor. Don't say, I'm attracted to your profound understanding or your experience. No, I know that I'm a smart kid. I'm a smart dude. I know that. You don't need to tell me that. To tell me is that showing this, and you state the uncommon commonality. Maybe we meet on LinkedIn or you've seen me on this, but that is not uncommon. That is common. A lot of people see me on LinkedIn, on ResearchGate. So you are looking for that uncommonality there. That is your first sentence of your email. The second sentence will be the message. Go to the message immediately. We don't have time. We receive, today I've received like 20 messages already from different people, from my department. We don't have time. So we grab it very easily. Trash. The space in my email, the university allocated space for us. So we do not have time. Go to the message. I want you to be my supervisor. Why do you want me to be your supervisor? Because these days, I am interested in this research. I'm looking for mentor to mentor me in this research so I can get the competency I need to become a professor. Go to the message in your second paragraph. Lastly, even if you are telling me the message that you need my help, what can you give to me? So the first thing, you self-validate yourself. The second thing, you have asked for my help. Now, what are you going to give to me? Then you need to solve a problem for me. So you need to look for problem that I'm having. I'm a researcher. We are all having problems. It is erroneous for you to think that professors are smarter than you. It's not true. They make a lot of mistakes. So look for that their mistake in their research paper and come up with a tentative or what you think might be the solution. Incentivize me. Make me to like you. Don't come and ask for my help. Nobody want to give anybody any help without nothing. I need something too. Maybe in this regard, I need something from you. And what I need from you is research. Else, professor will not reply your email. A lot of you now here, maybe you've been writing a lot of email and you're not getting any replies because you're not following this. These has been researched, fine, and they found it to be working. That's the reason they're not replying you. And they will not reply you if you don't follow this. A lot of my students, mentee, they've all followed this. They got 223 million in fund, in scholarship, in grants. So if you don't follow this, look for another way that will work. But I don't think there is any. These work. You don't need to be telling them, my name is Charles, my name is Bayo. Who are you, Bayo? You don't even know who you are. So you need to self-validate yourself. You are critical. You are important. Do that. And they will reply you. And also, I'm going to give about the email. Let me just be clear and be concise. Subject. Use appropriate greetings. If the person is a professor, use professor. If the person is a doctor, use doctor. Short message, 6 or 5 statements. Don't attach anything. I put it here. Don't attach anything. By now, you should have a website of your own. A lot of you will attach you will fill up my message, you will fill up my boss just because he's sending me message. You attach your transcript, you attach your CV, don't attach anything. Direct me. to your LinkedIn. Direct me to where your research statement is being hosted on the web, on the cloud, in the cloud, wherever it is. Direct me to these places. Don't attach anything bogus into the email. By now, you should have a website of where your research statement is, your research proposal is, your statement of purpose is, your cover letter is, your CV is. If you don't have a website or you don't have a Google Doc, some of you cannot write code, you can't code in HTML, or you can use all those lift and drop web building software to develop a one-page website for yourself. These are inexpensive. Some of them cost you nothing. To build those websites and host them cost you nothing. You register your domain, you host it, it costs you nothing. So why are you not doing it? You need these things. Don't attach anything to the email. Maybe give a link of Google Doc if you don't even have a website. You can lead me to your Google document where I can find those things. Let me show you some examples. Okay, sorry, before I go, make sure you don't use silly username. Please don't use Ceci, something. Don't use all those things. Use your name, charles@gmail.com. Please. Some professors can be that petty. They are very attention to details. Mark that one. Okay, let's look at this guy's email. Remember what needs to be your email. Number one, self-validate. Number two, the message. Number three, opportunity. When I mean opportunity, what can you offer me? You've given me the message that you need my help. This is the reason you need my help. But what can you offer in return? Opportunity. Like, do I see opportunity in you? Because for me to be tenured, like mostly for assistant professor, even for professors, for us to be tenured, we need paper, we need research. So we are looking for that people that can give us that paper, someone that can do work extraordinary, really, someone that have done something before. That's what we're looking for. So you need to show me that I can see some opportunity in you. Let's look at this. Look at this person. Let me introduce myself. My name is, these are real. These are from my students, from people that have approached me. Right now, I want to choose a good graduate school for me to continue my study in US, but I am still confused for which one. What is this guy saying? If you are a professor, will you reply? Look at this guy. He's coming for a master's and he's saying this. This is wrong. A lot of you have been writing like that. Look at this second guy. My name is this, an internationally educated nurse with bachelor degree in nursing degree. I am in Nigeria. Don't even let people know that you are in Nigeria for the first time. Please don't. I'm not saying you should not be proud being Nigeria. We should be proud. But this is not, you're not self-validating yourself. Please. I don't need to know your name. Your name is so. This person even tried. He's one of my students. But she has been brushed up very well. Let's continue. I am in Nigeria based practicing registered nurse with 5 years. I don't even need the experiences. I need tangible thing, concrete thing. So this is one. Don't do like that. If you've been doing like that, stop today. Let's look at it. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. If you are a professor, you will listen to this guy. Let's read. I am a first-class graduate of computer science. He's not even mentioning his name. Now I'm curious to know his name. So I'm going to go to, because he has already captivated me. I am in first class because he had a first class. Brag with it. In North America, we don't care. We don't want you to be humble like that. This might not be that you have a first class, but look at what you can brag with. I am a first class. Look, I saw your presentation at the conference in Italy. Not many people see presentation like that. Perhaps he might have seen it on YouTube or something. I am really impressed with what in imaging research. I plan to pursue. Now is going to the message. I plan to pursue a PhD in computational mathematics at University of Florida, and I hope during my PhD. My research, now look at this. One is trying to incentivize the professor that not only that I'm very important, I can as well help you. He said, my research on novel technique of image segmentation, because the professor has been working on image segmentation lately. Some of you are quoting the professor old research. Professors are very creative. We move away from research very quickly. But this guy knew what the professor is currently working on, image processing. He's not giving opportunity to the professor. Now he's incentivizing the professor. Like you are a professor, I'm giving you some opportunity to look at me. He said, my research on novel technique of image segmentation using image lab, commercial software that work exactly like imaging. So the professor for us, this professor is using imaging. But this guy is giving the professor the opportunity that, you know, imaging that you are using is even not school. I have a new software that I've been using that is more than imaging. The professor want to work with this guy. This guy has not said, I have used imaging. That is so bland. How can you talk like that? He has not said, I have experience in imaging. He's giving the professor instances, concrete experience. By not saying that imaging is not good, he's kind of indirectly saying, there are better software you can use, Mr. Professor. AI with an AI-infused visualization has been directly applied to several projects. He's telling this professor that I've done many things using a more latest software. And it has produced visible results. So he's also citing, I'm not making this thing up, Prof. You can look at the result here. He provided a link. He provided a link. So this is the way you should kind of format your email. I am positive that the PhD position in your group will allow me to gain invaluable experience and place me ahead in this imaging area of image visualization. Thank you very much. Regards. Here I can see the guy's name. He's not only stopping there, the guy also puts his website. Do you have a website? If you don't even have one, put link, Google Doc. There are a lot of cloud-based software that you can use to host your papers. Even just being on ResearchGate or on LinkedIn, there are a lot of things, mostly ResearchGate. You can host your papers there and then refer the professor to it. This guy has not wasted my time, not at all. I'm going to click all the links. I'm not going to want to open, even at the time, let me not tell you a secret. At the time, if you look at the professor computer, there are about 20 windows, tab open. They don't want to open any other tab, any other bulk folder, or bulk file. But they can go to email, they can go to links and close it after. The guy also puts his website. So this is a winning anytime, any day. So that's the first thing I'm going to talk to you today. And I hope you've learned this thing. The first one, self-validate yourself. The second one, the message. The third one, great opportunity for the professor. This message has not shown any weakness. In short, he is buttressing the weakness in the Mr. Professor indirectly, nicely, creatively, smartly doing that. Let's continue. I'm just going to fast talk a little bit. Oh, a little bit. Sorry, guys. Okay, like I said, these are not my methods. I did not bring these things up. These are entirely been done, been validated, it works. If you want to read further, you can consult these references. These are references I got all this data from. So you can read further. Now, statement of purpose. Your statement of purpose, a lot of you are making a lot of mistakes. I review a lot of them from Nigerians, and I just laugh. Your statement of purpose is so very important, just like your reference letters. In short, reference letter is a little bit more important than statement of purpose. But your statement of purpose is also very important. And what do you need to put in your statement of purpose? Three things. Your statement of purpose should just talk about what, who, why. What is the purpose? Look, the names, just as the name says, statement of purpose. What is the purpose? Don't come and be telling me and be starting your process, statement of purpose. I grew up in a rural area in Nigeria. My fathers, they were formerly farmers, and that was why I'm interested currently in agriculture. That's lame. I don't care where you are coming from. In short, I don't want to know your background. That is not research related. I don't want to know your story. I'm not interested. I'm not a Nollywood writer. I don't care where you're coming from. I don't care if you guys used to have cancer in your home. I don't care about those things. Yeah, and many professors do not. We only care about one thing. We're selfish about ourselves. What can you do for me? I want to be tenured. What can you do for me? Because I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay you. I'll pay your tuition. I will pay your insurance, everything, and I will pay you monthly. What can you do for me? And you are coming to tell me emotional stain that you started because you had an accident. You lost one part of your body. So you want to do research and compromise something. If that will not stand you in research is very fierce. You need more than your story to do research. I'm telling you the truth. For many, if you are here, you've done PhD before, you know what I'm talking about. It's a fierce environment. So what is the purpose? So your first paragraph is going to be what? The purpose of this statement. So don't write, I'm going to show you sample as well. So don't write, I'm this, I'm that. No, go to the point. I want to do PhD because I want to become a professor. That's the only reason we know. That's the only reason you are coming to do masters, because you want to become what? A professor. Nothing but a professor. You might know inside of you that you want to do PhD because you want to run away from Nigeria. That's all good, or you want to go into industry. But the only thing a professor is interested to hear is that you are coming to become a professor like me. Then I know you have a passion. That's the purpose. So if I ask you, what is your own purpose? Create a purpose that is research-based. A purpose that is research-based. So in this case, your purpose should be to gain research competency, nothing else. You are not coming to do, even when you are coming for masters, let the professor know that you are coming to gain research competency, research capability to be able to become a professor. I'm telling you it works. Don't say anything. Don't start your statement of purpose by saying, in 1972, when I was born, or in 1990, when I was born, I don't even care where you were born, seriously. Number one, you're just telling me that you are not smart. I only care about compatibility. From today on, you are a researcher? Nothing. You are a researcher. That is who you are. Now, your second paragraph or your third paragraph or your fourth paragraph should be about your experiences as a researcher. I don't care about any other experience. If you don't have research experience, think about one. Maybe your master's, your bachelor project. You did a research, right? You can list that. We do not care about anything. Seriously, I don't care if you are smart or not. I'm going to know you are smart from the way you are writing. So the who, so in your first paragraph, you've explained the reason, the purpose of you coming to do this program in your first paragraph. In your second, third, fourth paragraph, second, you give me instances with links, with concrete evidence, the researches you've done, the output of the research. If the research has led to a paper, good. If it led to you going to talk to some women in the market, good. Concrete evidence of the research. Let me see. If it is a picture you want to show me, put it in a link and show me. Direct me to one picture host, photography host. I'll go there and look at your picture, what you're doing in your agbole or your village about the project. I want to see. Because you are researcher, Chigozie. Because you are researcher, Lucy. Because from today, you are researcher, not a researcher. Don't describe yourself as an engineer. Don't describe yourself as this. You are doing research in engineering. And that's why you're coming for PhD. That's why you're coming for that master's. Who are you? You are a researcher. That is good. You can talk about research, but maybe you can put Jara and talk about experiences in teaching, experiences in outreach. I don't know many of you are doing outreach. Have you done some volunteering lately? Even if it is you volunteer for COVID-19 thing, do some write-up, put it online, put a link, tell me that you help out in volunteering about COVID. So if you don't talk about research should be the main thing you should be talking about, experiences in research. So second paragraph, experience in research. Third paragraph, experience in research. Fourth, experience in research. You can put some Jara like teaching that you've taught before, that you've done some outreach, community outreach. Maybe in the church is okay. Maybe in the mosque is okay. Maybe in your streets. That make you the person we want to work with. Are you a teacher? Can you talk? Tell me by giving me instances. So what the lady did on LinkedIn, she included a picture and sent it to Harvard, and that was it. They gave her admission. I don't even know whether she made it first class, maybe third class. We don't care about that again. She has just shown that she is passionate. So in the aspect of who, in your statement of purpose, explain who you are. Then lastly, why? Why are you coming to the university? The why should also be research-based. You are not coming because the university is in LA, Los Angeles, or in Toronto. That's not why you come. Why you coming is because research is research intensive. The professor you're coming to meet has done a lot of research in your area. So everything you want to be talking about in your research statement should be research-based. Your research, your statement of purpose should be research dense. The density of the research should be 100. Let's just quickly look at, sorry about my time. Oh, I think I ran out of the time. Hello, Mr. B. Sorry.
Hello, yeah. So,
Can I borrow like 10 minutes more?
no, it's fine because we planned that it would end at 4:30, so it's fine for you to
Okay,
carry on.
just 10 minutes more. So let's just look at some example. This is also my very good student. She has really improved. She has really improved. So when she started with that, the same thing. She said, growing up in, I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? Male in Eastern Nigeria, where demonstration of love and care. I do not care where you grow up from. Don't tell me growing up in it. What is Nigeria? Has there been any research coming out of Nigeria lately? Don't tell me where you grew up from. The only thing you want to tell me, remember, in statement of purpose, I say what? What is the purpose? Don't waste my time. My time is very important, sorry. Don't waste it. Don't tell me story. The only story you should be telling me is story about research. So this is a no-no. This is a no-no. Please, don't write like this. Look at this guy. Now look at this guy. This is a powerful guy. Look at the guy. The guy started like, I want to pursue a PhD in computer science. My career aspiration is to become a professor. This is the kind of statement we're looking for. This guy is not interested in telling me John's story where he grew up from and trying to fill up the paper. We know your tactics. We know you guys. We are researchers. We know everything. We know that you guys go online and search for sample and just start with that. We know. But yeah, the guy I just told me what he wants to do. His purpose. The purpose is to get a PhD in computer science and become a professor. What is your own purpose? What is your, in short, if you are coming for PhD, your starting point should be like this. You are not coming to get money. We're not rich. Your starting point should be like this guy. Then look at the second aspect of the statement of purpose that I gave to you is who you are. Look at this guy in the second paragraph. He said, my motivation of pursuing research-related program analysis stems from learning about the challenges of software during 3 summers spent as a software engineer. He's telling me that he has worked as a software engineer. He's giving me the research experience. So if you look at this guy, in this paragraph, and this paragraph is just talking about his experiences. He's not talking that he grew up in Ibadan where we don't have water. He's not talking about that. He's just talking about those research experiences. I just kind of copied this guy's own. At the bottom part of this guy was talking about something very important. He was talking about outreaches he has been involved in. This is a winning statement of purpose. You need to change format. Stop that online grabbing of statement of purpose and rewriting it to look like your own. We all know, we are researchers, we are professors, we know these things. Look at this guy, a very good one also. This guy said, my objective is to pursue, you can see this strong guy. In their first paragraph, they are telling me the purpose, why they are doing this thing. In the first paragraph, they're not wasting time. My objective is to pursue a PhD in computer science with a focus in technical human interaction. My past researches. He has told me the purpose. Then he went on and on, started giving experiences in research, in teaching, in outreach, and giving me concrete evidence. So don't say you did research in Lutz or medical patient and we need concrete experiences. If you've not started, start from your street. Can you do an outreach? There are a lot of people that are not educated like you. Look at that smart girl from Lagos. What she did, she gathered kids and started teaching them and took their pictures and sent it to Harvard that this is what I've been doing. How many outreaches have you been involved in? How many people have you taught? Okay, this is another good one. I want to pursue a PhD. You can see the way all of them are starting, the good one. So good. So I'm going to end here. The research proposal It's just very detailed as well, but I'm not going to go into it because of our time. I'm sorry, I'm 10 minutes late. I'm sorry about that. Maybe next time we can talk about this. I want to give room for questions. This is the part thing I wanted to talk about today, but I'm so sorry I couldn't achieve this. Just want to keep to the time. And if you have a question, even on research proposal, then we can talk about research proposal. Any question? Else, I'm going to just continue and then use the remaining 5 minutes to talk about this very well. Okay. So, yeah, just go ahead, come off mute and then ask a question if that's the way we want to do it. If there is no question, I can just quickly go on this. Okay, let me check. Do you advise course-based master? No. Someone is asking, do I advise course-based master? No. Unless you are Dangote, you want to pay, good. But if you don't want to pay, see, I'm from a very, not even below average family. And I was able to do my master's free of charge, my PhD free of charge. So if you are rich, very rich, then you should go for it. But if you really want to pursue PhD academic as a career, you do not need to go for course-based. Is it okay to state your statement of purpose that you have recently bagged a PhD in a different field? That's a very good question. The truth is that it's okay if you want to do that. You can say, but it's irrelevant. If you don't even tell me that, we will still get to know because we are researchers, we will get to know. But it's okay if you want to do that. Do you need a test of English? No, you do not need to take any exam to come to Canada. You do not need any test of English or GRE or GMAT. You do not need those things. There are a lot of questions here. I'm just taking them. Can conferences and workshops be added? Yes. Conferences should go into your CV and workshop, and you have conferences and workshops that you've led. If you've given some workshop talk, yeah, you can as well reference them on your statement of purpose, but you have to give instance, like concrete evidence. Can you have the slide? Yes, I can share the slide with Mr. B, and then you can meet Mr. B after the class or after the seminar to get the slides. If you have any question, you can as well raise your hand. Yeah, Mipu. Yes, I think Mipu can, I don't know, but I think Mipu can assist you in course-based masters. You don't need IELTS. Someone is asking, do you need IELTS? You do not need any exams to approach a professor. Just package your email very well, your statement of purpose and your research statement and everything I listed, and send it to a professor. Don't attach it. Put it as a link. Give it to a professor or send it to the university. You do not need any exams. Most universities in Canada do not need you having any exam scores. Apart from few, education in Canada is just kind of format that way. You don't need any metric exams like that. What are the content of research proposal? I've explained everything you need to know about our research. Oh, research proposal, sorry. Like I just listed them here. If you get this template, this PPT, then you can see it. But I did not explain research proposal. I've said it again, you do not need any exams. People keep asking, do you need any exam? Do I need this process for a postgraduate diploma? Sorry, I do not know anything about postgraduate diploma. You don't even need, why are you going for a postgraduate diploma? You should come for master's or PhD. Why? Even if you have HND, why are you coming for a postgraduate diploma? Even if you have third class, I just explained with third class, you can still approach a professor. But what you need is to package your application very well. In short, most of the professors, they don't know. Yeah, they might get to know it, but they don't really know the grading system in Nigeria and all that. Yeah, admission always starts at during the fall. So if you want to apply for next year in Canada, you have to start for this. Yeah, I think Mr. Obi, they're asking, can you create a WhatsApp group? I think that would be for Mr. Obi and Mipo to talk about. I wrote to a professor recently to supervise me and asked someone to review, and the reviewer told me I was being boastful. Now I am confused. You wrote to a professor. I don't understand that question.
Sorry, Prof. Charles. Let me just quickly say something. So for those of you guys requesting for a WhatsApp group, I believe what we can actually do is I can, of course, share the WhatsApp numbers of our admissions department, and then you guys could actually message them on WhatsApp and discuss with them further. Because having a WhatsApp group might be quite difficult to organize, so it's probably best to have direct communication with us, so we can actually assist you further and ensure you get the right information that you need to process your applications.
Yeah, so I think that's a good one. Another question, can I go for masters directly using HND? Yes, you can go for masters directly using your HND in Canada. Like I said, approach a professor. Yes, I'm going to share the slides with Mr. P, and maybe you can meet Maple after this this seminar to get more information as well, get the slides. Can a candidate with HND, PGD, and master's degree, no BSc, apply for PhD? Yes, yes. There's nothing saying you cannot, so you should give it a try. In short, you see, to me, everything is possible. That's the word, that's one of my philosophy in life. Nothing is impossible. So some of us say that, but we don't act it. So start acting it out. A lot of questions coming about HND. Yeah, you can do that. I repeat, you can do this. You can do all things. You can do all things. I just explained to thought like getting admission above first class. Do these principles apply to art? It applies to everything. In short, one of my students that got the 223 million naira, this is real, it's not made up. He's coming in for history, and he applied everything. How can I improve my research profile as a prospective master student? Start from you doing outreach. If you are coming for masters, start doing outreach in your neighborhood. What are the things you have? What are the skills that you can use to help other people? Start from that. Don't even start from doing research as such. Or do survey kind of research. Do something. Don't just stay at home, or don't just be working. After work, what are you doing during weekdays, during weekends? What are you doing? Like, you have something someone else is looking for. You can even go to Yaba and start doing something. Just do something. Do something. Write articles. Write for Medium. Start writing. Do something that is tangible with your time. Don't just stay. Start doing something. I've talked about outreach. Now research. Research, maybe you need more money to do research. But what about your BSc research? Why not package that? Try to see. Contact your professor in the university during your BSc and see if you can develop a paper from that, or you can use that to go for any conferences. You need to do something to improve your research profile, because you cannot come into a research base. Now, this is what I'm going to leave you guys with today. You cannot come into a research-based program where you will be paid. In short, most of them will pay you $1,600, $1,800. I'm currently paying someone $1,400 US dollars. So the job you have in Nigeria might not even be paying you up to that. When I was in Nigeria, I was working for an oil-based company in Lagos, and I've been paid $80,000. And I got a job, I got this position to come to Canada for masters, and they pay me $1,600 every month. That's a lot of money for me compared to $80,000 I was earning in Nigeria. So you're not going to lose anything for a research base. You're not going to lose anything for a research base. The only thing you have to develop is a research profile, density. When we're talking about density, we're talking about mass over volume. So you need to increase your research density to come for your research-based program. I'm going to the last question. So I'm going to round it up and give it back to. Thank you, Professor Charles. I have a CGPA of 2.54 in bachelor degree and its GPA of 3.33 in master's. Please, I would like to know if I am eligible for a master's degree. Yes, you are eligible. Like I'm telling you, you are eligible for it. Forget what they wrote on their website. You are eligible for everything. Just approach a professor. I show you instances. So approach a professor. Okay, there are a lot of questions. I'm so sorry. Because of time, I'm just going to turn it back to Mr. B. Thank you very much, everybody. Hello, Mr. B.
Yeah, so sorry. As I can see, there's a lot of interest from people. People are very excited about the session that happened today, which I'm also happy to see. But I think, of course, there are questions that may not be able to be answered now. So that's why, I would want you guys to send us your questions via emails, right? I wrote our email in chat, but I'm sure it must have been kind of breezed through because there's so many people active in the chats. So I'm actually going to say our email right now, the email that you can actually send your questions to and send any inquiries to, and you get more or less an immediate response, or within 5 hours you should get a response from us. But consider this is Friday and it's already 4 p.m. You may not get a response today, but hopefully our team should get back to you as soon as possible, right? But so in that case, if you have any more questions or you want to reach out to us for anything in particular, right? The email you want to send your inquiries to is admissions@mapleeducation.ca, and that is admissions, ADMISSIONS with an S at the end, and then at Maple Education. So that is MAPLEEDUCATION.ca, right? So any questions from you guys, please ask. I know you have questions, but because of time, we have to stick to time. Because of time, we will not be able to answer them all right now. If possible, if it's fine by Mr. Charles, we might even have another session sometime next week to maybe cover some areas that he didn't really delve into today, because I'm sure a lot of us would really want that as well. So if that will be your interest, I think maybe at some point next week, I don't know what day would work for everybody, but I'll have to speak to Mr. Charles again after this, and then we'll finalize a day and a time, and then we'll send an email to you guys that have joined us today to join us again next week to kind of, finish up and of course go in depth with the other aspects that he would like you guys to of course know about. But all in all, thank you all. Thanks for joining us. It's been a privilege to host you guys this evening. Also, thanks to Mr. Charles Professor Charles for really, more or less opening the curtains and showing us the ins into all this, so that more of you guys can actually get your admissions for your programs, because I'm sure a lot of you guys have been struggling with this, and it's been quite good to get this. So the email, as some people are saying, is some people are still asking for the email. The email is admissions@mapleeducation.ca. So admissions with an S at the end, and then at Maple Education. So that is MAPLEEDUCATION, mapleeducation.ca, right? So also follow us on our social media platforms. It's the same thing. Maple Education is being posted in the chat as well. If you want to follow us on social media, we are very active on social media. Follow us because we always post posts on things that happen within Canada immigration and also postgraduate studies as well. So be sure to join us on there, and we can't wait to have you guys again next week. And you guys will be of course notified when that would be via emails. So thank you everybody. Thank you, Mr. Charles, and have a nice weekend. Thanks.